It's the Mighty Marvel Show, and I'm Paul, and I've actually got something to unbox. And look, you can see it right here. It is the Marvel Select Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But is it? Because, because if you have a look at the box here, here's a Diamond Select box, Multiverse of Madness, as you can see on the front with Doctor Strange in it. But if you look down the side art on it here, this is the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness costume, which is a different tweak to the original Doctor Strange film and the one he's wore in the Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. And if you look at the figure here, as you can see, this is not the Multiverse of Madness costume. You can see the differences. It doesn't have the red on it. And here, if you look at the Marvel Legends version, this is the Multiverse of Madness version. It doesn't have that on it. It doesn't have the blue on the back of the cape here either. As you can see, because when it got burnt in Multiverse of Madness. And it's clearly, looking at this image from the movie, a different costume. So, this is a reissue, which I'm not that fussed about. It's okay. We all like a reissue. If you don't get it the first time round, it's fine. And if you don't need to buy it because you've already got it, then you don't need to buy the reissue. It's fine. You're not missing out. But it's a little bit shady, I think. I don't know. I'm sure it's not deliberately malicious or anything, but it's a little bit shady to package this up as the Multiverse of Madness when it isn't. The costume is not that costume. But let's park that and move by it. Let's take a look at this figure. Because it is my first new figure. Weirdly, we're in March. It's my first new figure of 2023. And it is great. I do like it. The Benedict Cumberbatch face sculpt is great. It's a Marvel Select. So as you know, for those that collect these, less articulation than you get with a Marvel Legend. But great detail. Great structure to it. The paint application is really cool. It looks very, very super detailed. We'll have a little bit of a look at the articulation in a moment. But the one thing you do get, which is always great generally with the Marvel Selects, is you get accessories and you get dioramas. Now, accessories, first off, you've got with it, here they are, you've got 2 splayed hands. There's the splayed hands. Now, they come with one of Doctor Strange magical shield, magical disc. Now, they have a very fiddly little finger indent. You could probably just see in the back there, which the hands just slot into. So I'll do that off camera. For those who know with the Marvel Legends versions, the really cool thing they've done lately is they've actually integrated the hands. They've actually molded it into a set of hands with the disc. Now, as you see here, the fingers, they just fit into those slots. But it isn't the best grip. And there you go, proves my point, did that deliberately. They come out there, so it doesn't stay in there quite well. So when I am posing with that one, I do actually use a tiny bit of putty underneath it, not enough to see it through the disc, so it does cover up covered up by the disc, and then you can see through it, well, you can't see through it rather, you can just about make out the hand behind it, so you do get the magical effect, but that's quite tricky. And then you do get with this one as well, and here's the other 2 hands, you do get magical hands as well to go into, obviously, typical spell pose. That's the accessories that come with it. Let's now look at this pretty sweet diorama. Okay, here's the diorama. Now, this is excellent. It comes in 2 pieces. The top part just slots into the base. You have got the Sanctum Sanctorum window, which is great. And then you've got a base stand with the Doctor Strange magical effect on it as well. That is excellent. That's really good. Not a lot of weathering, not a lot of detail on the actual mold itself, but the window frame is great. Can obviously put a bit of scenery behind that as well. Only obviously slight complaint is that it's not to scale with the figure. The window's obviously a lot larger in the movies, in the actual Sanctum Sanctorum, but it looks great as a little set piece behind it. I'm really quite pleased with it. I think it looks really, really smart. Now, it obviously does work better with a Marvel Legend, which is a slightly smaller scale. Obviously, the 6-inch figure with Selects here being a 7-inch figure, but I think that's cool. For the shelf, that's perfect. So I'm really, really pleased with that. So that looks great. And then as you can see here, I've done a little bit of articulation. I'm going to talk about that a bit now. Now, what you've got with the figure is, with the hands, you do have hinge joints, which is great. And you do have full swivel on the hand, so that's fine. The elbows, limited motion, single elbow, limited motion. That's as high up as you can get the elbow there. And then the knees, so I'll just bring it down into there. So you do have double knees, but obviously because of this tunic, and the cape is not removable, by the way, because of the tunic, you've really got to do. Now, I've obviously warmed this up with a hairdryer beforehand and got them heat on that. So the plastic does have movement, but it's quite a low cut on it here. Now, on the Multiverse of Madness tunic, it was a lot higher. It's kind of up here, so you would have more movement on the legs, but it isn't the greatest there. So you do have double knees, and you do have pivot and a hinge on the feet, and they are quite bulky, so for standing they are quite good. That's quite decent. And you do have a good waist twist on that, so you can get some different poses to the side. Magic on the edge, you do get the twist there, and you do have good reasonable side to side, not much up and down on the head. And obviously because it's Doctor Strange, because of the collar, you don't have a wide range of motion to the side. But it's decent, it's okay. And as we say, for a Marvel Select figure, where they are about display rather than about posing, I guess that's okay, because I spend more time with these going up on the shelf and looking more in the detail of these than I do with actually playing around with these ones. That's what my Marvel Legends are for, really. They're more for the actual playing around with. So this is going to make a great addition for the shelf for me, so I'm really pleased with this. Now, what I have done, just put a little montage together now in terms of posing them up and setting them up to give you an idea of scale of other characters. I put in with a whole load of other figures, and we'll have a look at those right now.
Now you're playing with superpower. Multiverse.com. Now you're playing with superpower.
Okay, that's my lot for you today. That's my little look at this Marvel Select Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I'm going to have to call it that because that is the figure, but it isn't that figure. Do I like it? Yeah. Is it the best figure I've got? No. Will it look great on the shelf? Absolutely. Is that diorama sweet? Yes, that diorama is sweet, and as you can see there, it looks really cool when it's revolving around here. And I think with a little window effect behind that, it would make for some good shots. Actually, you could do Doctor Strange, get the right perspective on him, setting back, looking through the window, a little bit scenery outside it, so that is going to look quite cool. So that is it. That is my Doctor Strange look. I'm now off to go into the Multiverse of Madness to get an actual Marvel Select Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness figure. If you've liked this, are you getting this figure? Let me know. like, comment, subscribe, do all that. That would be epic. Thanks very much. Or fantastic. Thanks very much. And I will see you on another video. Bye for now.